Yeah. So if you have some virus that comes into your system, what's going to happen is you're going to have a certain level of depletion,
Okay.
and that could be minerals, vitamins,
Right. Well, yeah, they
amino
said
acids, things like that.
they said that when you have a virus, unlike animals are able to create their own vitamin C and other stuff like that.
Yeah, we can't.
We can't.
Yeah,
Yeah, we
missing
lost that ability.
Yep, that last enzyme. The other thing that you're going to do is you're going to wind up increasing the demand for energy.
Yes. Oh, because of the depletion or because of the...
Mostly because of the immune activation.
Okay.
Right? So the immune system is going to get geared up. That is a large consumer of energy.
Okay.
You would hope once you recover from the virus that both of these things get crossed off, everything gets replenished, and then you're on.
And that's why
to the
when I
races.
got over normal viruses in 3 to 5 days, I was
Correct. So this
back working out.
This one's a bit more severe.
Yeah.
So you have a bit more depletion, and then you also have a decrease in energy stores.
Okay.
The two of these together wind up being a stress.
Right.
Stress isn't just emotional. It's not
Yes.
just financial. It's not relationship based. You can also have stress
On
from
your immune
some sort
system.
of physical
Yeah.
manifestation from
Wow.
like the virus. So now we're looking at a stress response. So stress hormones go up.
Cortisol goes up.
Cortisol, epinephrine, all of those catecholamines, dopamine will go through the roof. And then what'll happen is it adjusts your brain, right? So
Okay.
let's kind of draw this out. So if you have, let's say, increased stress, all the hormones that go along with it are under the control of your brain, your hypothalamus pituitary, right? So these guys talk to each other. They have a very intimate relationship. So as these stress hormones go up, a signal goes to your brain and says, hey, I have a ton of stress hormones. Can you stop sending the signal down to make more of them? I don't need any more. So take a break for me, right? So then the hypothalamus pituitary says, okay, not a problem. I'm just going to send a very light signal down because, of course, we still have to exist. We still need to have some stress hormones, but I don't want to create too much more.
Okay.
Okay? So now let's fast forward. Now we have the virus is gone. However that happened on immune system, drugs, whatever it is, doesn't matter in this instance. So now the virus is gone, right? So here's phase 1, phase 2, virus is gone, and the stress hormones decrease.
Okay.
The problem is the stress hormones go low, which is where they're supposed to be, but the brain has been trained not to release any more stress hormones because of phase 1. So now when you get up in the morning and your blood pressure changes, you bend over to tie your shoes, your pressure changes,
Yeah.
barometric pressure changes, your diet fluctuates, your sugar fluctuates, all of those things are stressors. The brain is just kind of sitting there idle, right? It's like an employee that you have that's super lazy in the corner, not
Is
doing
it like
anything.
the brain somehow didn't get the memo?
Correct. So the brain didn't understand that we're now in phase 2.
Okay.
In phase 2, we should have a stronger response to the brain to then send down. So if the dotted line is phase 1, solid line is phase 2, this is what's supposed to be happening. Now we're back up and running, right? Everybody's communicating correctly. Your stress hormones are going up and down the way they're supposed to, depending on conversations, depending on body positions,
Right.
depending on diet, depending on environment. All of those things will adjust your stress hormones.
And you know what's amazing is that when I first was recovering, it literally felt like they dropped me off at the base of Mount Everest. I was having like altitude sickness.
Sure.
So I was having a hard, if I run up the stairs, just to get, not even run, but just walk up the stairs, I had to literally stop and catch my breath.
Catch your breath. Absolutely.
And then my heart was racing out of control, which is one of the symptoms. So that all makes sense.
Yeah, and well, this is an aside, but the other thing we want to talk about are your red blood cells to find out where they're at.
Okay,
to See
okay.
if there's too many of them. So now what's supposed to happen in phase 2 is that the body you unplug the computer, plug it back in, and now it's functioning just fine. There's a lot of folks as they transition into this phase 2, the brain wasn't made aware, essentially, and it's not online. It's not ready to do its job efficiently. So now the stress hormones are going down, 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 and they don't have a signal to get them back up again. So now you just kind of flatline throughout the day. You don't really have those highs and lows. What we need to do is we need to get this guy listening again.
Right.
This way you can have your natural fluctuations of your stress hormones. This will also give you energy. So this is a lot of the times where we see fatigue come from post-virally is because you actually don't have those high energy hormones that are being produced by the adrenal glands.
And so simultaneously as taking all these antioxidants and stuff that I'm taking, that's just, helping some what it can, but it's still we still need to get the memo to
The stress response, has not been restored. You can take
Okay.
all the minerals you want, and you're priming all the organs for really good function, but the manager of the system has not yet gave them direction.
That
So you
makes-
got really healthy organs, but no one's come down from the top deck to say, okay, here's our plan today.
That makes amazing sense, doctor.
Right.
I'd never heard of this.
So this is what we're going to do. We're going to try and get this stuff back online. We're also going to talk about nebulizer treatments. Have you ever done those?
Well, I've been doing nebulizer treatments. When I was sick, I was doing it twice a day with the organic food grade 3% hydrogen peroxide,
Yep.
which helped me.
Yeah, sure.
Because it was crazy because I would be feeling real weak. And I know in your nasal passages, you don't have the blood that flows in there. So the virus, it's cool, likes to hide in there. When I was first sick, so I was doing that. And my energy levels was like within 15 minutes, I felt, energy.
Sure.
So how that relates, I can't explain it medically, but
And then, so you have a nebulizer then?
yes, I have a nebulizer.
Cool.
I just don't have the nebulizer.
Solution.
Yeah.
Okay, we can get you a solution.
Okay.